Overlock ribbon to neck. Using this method, you enhance the density, giving the neckline a firmer finish. At the sewing guidance for Ejm Art Sweater, I chose to use another solution, reducing the density, which adds a smoother finish to the neckline. Make a bound seam. Fold seam allowance 1 cm inside and fold at the center of the neck ribbon, covering the seam allowance inside. Pin the neckline from the face of the blouse. You can make the pinning easier if you start at the notched marks and hereafter pin the fabric in between. Prepare and pin hem and cuff ribbons for final sewing before finishing the neckline. Attaching the sleeve ribbons. Fold the sleeve ribbons face to face and sew edge with 1 cm distance, no stretching. Iron seams apart. Cut notch marks for the attachment at the shoulder sleeve point. Pin sleeves, making sure to fit the cut notch marks. Hold the fabric with a loose hand and sort of making the fabric fall naturally in place. For less density, trim the seam allowance. Make a bound seam. Fold seam allowance 1 cm inside and fold at the center of the sleeve ribbons, covering the seam allowance inside. Pin the sleeve ribbons from the face of the blouse. You can make the pinning easier if you start at the notched marks and hereafter pin the fabric in between. Attaching the hem ribbons. Note which ribbon is for front and which for the back of the blouse. Lay ribbons face to face. Sew with 1 cm distance to edge and iron seams apart. Cut notch marks for center, front and back of ribbon. Cut notch marks for center, front and center back of blouse. Fold ribbon at the center, wrong side against wrong side, pin and make sure the notched marks lay on top of each other. Gathering the edge of the blouse. Change your stitch sewing lengths to the longest possible and sew gathering thread along the edge of the blouse. I made 2 stitches along the front and 2 stitches along the back. Then I dragged the bobbin thread, the lower thread, of both stitches of the front until it fitted the measure of the front of the ribbon. And hereafter I dragged the bobbin threads placed at the back until the back of the blouse was gathered to fit the measure of the back ribbon. Pin the folded hem ribbon's front part at the notched mark to the face center of the blouse's front. Finish pinning the ribbon to the hem edge of the blouse, making sure to fit the back notch mark and the seams. Overlock seams. Final stitching of the ribbons. Finishing the attachment of the ribbons, shift your sewing machine needle to a double needle and set the sewing length to 3. From the face side, stitch all ribbons of the blouse with 1 mm distance from the ribbon edge. At the hem ribbon, remove gathering thread. Congratulations! You just finished sewing the Ejm Art blouse. I hope you enjoy your result as much as I do mine.